Good morning. My name is Josh, and I'm here to present a project I've been working on for quite some time now. Hopefully, this is of interest to you. It's definitely of interest to me. So, without further ado, this is the design that I've put together for a passive solar net zero energy passive house. I call it the Croc House. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through all the different design steps I took and all the different information I've compiled over the past 20 years, I guess. I've been working on this. Of course, this specific design I've been working on, part-time over the past 6 months or so. Okay, I guess to get started, the net zero energy passive house, the concept is net zero energy, of course, which you probably already know is a it's a concept of reducing our energy footprint, and reducing our consumption so that not necessarily our consumption, but reducing our impact, the impact of our consumption on the earth, so conserving energy. So the principles that go into the house are pretty simple, really. They incorporate the passive house principles. I guess passive house is a principle used in Europe and Germany, and then it's also being used here, of course, in the U.S. now as well. So the concepts are just to reduce your heating and cooling, increase air tightness, and create thermal comfort. Of course, this design goes a lot deeper than that. So after the video, you'll see I've posted all this to a Google Drive, and I'll share a link in the description of the video. And at some point, I'm not sure how Google Drive works, but I think may have to change the method of transferring the information if anybody wants to download it all, because I think only like 100 people can download from one Google Drive file. So, where to start? Boy, it's hard to put 20 years of research into 20 minutes, but I'll try. Okay, so what I've got up here now is the Revit model. I used Autodesk Revit to create a 3D model. Thanks Autodesk, great software by the way. To create a 3D model for designing this house. One of the benefits with Revit and probably other software as well is that at the end of the day you can end up with a takeoff of all your material by using the schedules over here, and that's what we've done, and I've used that to estimate the cost of the house, which you'll see later. So on the Google Drive you'll find the Revit 3D models for the house. I don't know how familiar you are with Revit, but I'm guessing if you're going to download the file and open it up and edit it or look at it or whatever, then kind of how it works. Take everything in there. The PDFs that are printed from the drawing should be good to go. But if you find any data that's stored in Revit, take it with a grain of salt. So, of course, take this whole design with a grain of salt, really. Trust but verify. Trust that it's a good design, but verify. And you never know where you're gonna end up building this thing. So if you build it on the side of a mountain or in a seismic zone, you're definitely gonna have to double check all of the structural requirements. And I also designed this, to be placed in like central U.S. So central U.S. receives a certain amount of rainfall. If you build this in a desert, your concept for the water storage and using the rainwater may not work if you only get an inch of rain a year. So just some things to keep in mind. You have to always keep your specific site conditions in mind when you go through, and that's why I would recommend if you decide to build a house similar to this, then you definitely want to check your local with your local code officials and your local designers. So to walk you through the basic design, I'll just walk through all the PDFs, the drawings for all the different trades, and then I'll walk through some of the design process that I used. I'm going to pause for just a moment right here just to double check the video and make sure that it's actually recording, because this is the third time I've shot a video using this software, and first two times it didn't work. Well, it worked, but it's not right. So anyways, un momento, and I will return.